Hey, welcome back to the Facade podcast. My name's Dan Tinquist, your host. So glad that you chose to join us today. We'll begin today, like we do each episode, with saying our fatherhood mindset. Say it out loud with me. I'm the only one who can fulfill the father role that I have, so I choose to do it well. I get to show up well for my kids. Imperfection is reality. Ownership is a choice. Today is brand new. So is tomorrow. I am wholly loved, so I will love wholly. In today's equipping section, I want to unpack together the difference between shaky confidence and steady confidence. We know that anything that is based on a lie is going to be shaky. Anything based off of assumptions is going to be shaky. Anything based off of truth, authenticity, getting down to foundation and core, that is going to be steady. We know this in business for those of us that have done all the business training and the mindset work and all these great entrepreneurial books that come out and encourage us on how to fight imposter syndrome, how to show up well for your clients, how to show up well for yourself, how to work on your business, not just in your business. It's all about getting to truth, getting to core, getting to the essential core of who you are, what you're doing, who you're serving, and how you're helping, right? The same thing applies to fatherhood. An insecure businessman who is making assumptions, taking action based on lies or assumptions is going to have a shaky confidence, right? A businessman who's making decisions based on facts, who's done the research, has the data, is able to drill down deep to the essential core, is able to have an unshakable, steady confidence. The same is true in fatherhood. And yet I find it so easy for people to talk about how do you get to the core of who you are, self-actualization, self-improvement, all of this stuff about personal and professional growth. But when it comes to this really sensitive topic and area of parenting and fatherhood, no one really wants to be told what to do or how to do it. That's probably the biggest objection that I get in my coaching is, well, I don't want to be told how to parent. The reality is I'm not trying to tell you how to parent. I'm trying to help you get to the core essential to let the lies and the assumptions be peeled away and get down to the core so that your confidence in fatherhood isn't shaky. It's unshakable. Here's what shaky confidence looks like. You think you know what you're doing, but you don't actually know what you're doing, right? It's that moment when you take the baby home for the first time. They hand you the car seat and they say, it's yours, you can go. That is shaky confidence because you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? But you learn and you grow over time, and you learn pretty quickly that a baby needs a few things and it'll be happy and it'll go pretty smoothly for the most part. You'll lose a lot of sleep. You have to sacrifice and give a lot, but that shaky confidence comes down to the core of steady confidence and unshakable confidence because you have to drill down. There's no other option than to drill down to the core essential. Here's the needs that my child needs met, and I am now meeting them. And that starts to build confidence in young dads. As you grow and your kids grow, and then you have personalities, differences, and other things come into play, behaviors and interactions with siblings or friends or neighbor kids, it starts to begin a new learning lesson for us. And here's what I find. Dads who are not lifelong learners, dads who don't know how to ask for help, dads who don't know that they need to grow and change with their kids have a shaky confidence. They have this kind of unsteady insecurity that says, well, I think I know what I'm doing, but as long as if I just provide money and work really hard, then my kids will have all they need. And I say this quite often, probably not often enough. Your kids don't care how much money they get from you. They care how much they get to be with you, how well the time is spent together, right? As they grow, they get to realize like, yeah, it's nice to have nice things. And it's nice to be able to buy them things that they appreciate or to equip them for their sports or for the activities or things like that. It's nice to be able to give our kids good gifts. But here's the deal. If all we think our job is provision and protection, a very important part of fatherhood. But if we just stay there and camp there, provision, protection, financial provision, physical protection, we will be robbing our kids of an entire robust experience as dads that we can create with and for them. Okay. The shaky confidence that is behind a strong masculine wall of provision and protection only is really uncertain, because you have to keep putting up the facade. You have to keep putting things in the way so that people can't see the real you. But a steady confidence comes from, remember, peeling back the layers, peeling back the lies, peeling back the assumptions or the facades in order to get to the core essence of who we are as dads and live from that place. Not some strong wall that's hollow inside, but a steady core that doesn't really need a wall, because guess what? The core is unbreakable. The core is unshakable. The confidence is there. It doesn't mean that you'll never struggle with confidence in your fatherhood. It doesn't mean that you'll never make mistakes in your fatherhood. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is understanding your core role, understanding your kids so well that you know how to serve them and what their needs are. You know how to raise them up and find the good seeds that are within them, the gifts that they've been given, the talents that they've been given, and hone those things into skills before they launch. That is fatherhood. That's partnership. That's relationship that has deep connection, secure attachment, and all of those things. If we're over here standing behind some wall with a hollow, shaky confidence, we will struggle to ever equip and empower our kids into healthy, confident, independent adulthood. It just doesn't really happen, because the insecurity that we face and are unable to confront maintains a distance between us and our kids in a way that says they can't see my weakness. They can't see the things that I struggle with. They have to see me as a strong provider, a strong protector. They can still see that in you when you choose to peel back the facade, when you choose to have a steady confidence that says, I'm for you, I'm with you, I'm not perfect, but guess what? You're the first one that I'm ready to admit that I'm not perfect to. Do you know how much power there is in apology? How much power there is in owning the mistakes that you make with your kids? The strongest relationships that I see between dads and their kids are the dads that are able to say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. Now, don't hear me saying that you remove the boundary and you become codependent just because you're able to say, I'm sorry. You maintain the boundary. You maintain that, maybe they broke a boundary and you needed to discipline them. And the thing you're apologizing for isn't the discipline, but maybe the manner in which you chose to discipline your child. Maybe you reacted out of anger instead of responding out of love in a certain situation, right? The steady confidence that we need as dads to grow in that core, to grow in a relationship and secure attachment, requires us to learn how to look in the mirror long enough to understand our blind spots and surround ourselves with a community of other dads that can help us uncover them in a loving, kind, safe way, hold us accountable in a really strong way so we can't weasel our way out of it, and then live the truth with our families. Let's be done with the facades, guys. Let's be done pretending like we have it all together, pretending like we never make mistakes in parenting, pretending like we have to be the best dad there is. There's no such thing as the best dad. You shouldn't be striving to become the best dad, because there will always be someone better than you. But there will never be anyone better than you for your kids. Become the dad your kids need, not just the best dad. Stop striving to become the best dad, or maybe even appear as the best dad. Allow others to see your mistakes to some degree, not the whole world, okay? But allow them to see enough of you to go, man, he's not perfect, but he's working on it. Allow your kids to see that you are growing, because as you talk about failure and risk in your home, if you're not a safe place to fail for your kids, it's likely because they haven't seen you fail. Fail in front of your kids, maybe even intentionally sometimes, just to show them how to model working through that failure, right? Understanding that life is a series of failures and a series of victories over and over and over, and that's what growth is all about. So today I want to empower you with this question. Ask yourself, is my confidence as a father shaky because it's hollow behind a wall, some fake facade? Or is it truly steady, unshakable confidence? Because you know who you are, you know who your kids are, you know what they need, and you're able to fill that role as a father better than anyone else in your kid's life. Is that your story? Do you want it to be your story? If it's not, and you would love help, I'd love to help you. I'd love to see you become a part of the Confidab community so we can fail forward together, striving towards the future, sharpening each other in fatherhood, and being able to have that safe space to say, hey guys, I screwed up. I need help. Hey guys, I'm struggling. I need help. Hey guys, I had a victory. Who's going to celebrate with me? We want to be that for you. And I hope that you will join us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.